Hey there guys, it's Metro, and tonight we're taking a look at the Erick encounter. I think it's Erick, is it French? I think so. This is a video I made recently as well, in the actual playthrough I made, so we're kind of caught up here on remaking the guides. The strategy is, well, the Pokemon are almost identical. There are some small changes because of like item differences, so I've kind of retooled the strategy. This one's a lot more intense, a lot more complete. So you can take a look at it if you like. The video, like the previous video, explains things a little bit more in depth. It's a much longer video, but this is specific for the battle. So on screen, you will see Parasect, Nidoking, Golem, Weezing, Shedinja, of course, and Gigalith. Now, Shedinja is the big deviance from the previous strategy, of course, and you'll see, obviously, you know, Weezing, different strategies being used. Really, it's the exact same strategy, guys. The one key difference here from the previous video, the first time I recorded this, is that I couldn't find a way to hammer down the Magneton, but now I can, thanks to Shedinja. I tried a lot of things. In the video, I was able to beat it because of luck. Basically, I didn't really set up a condition. I just kind of got lucky. But this, I wanted to try to take the luck out of it. So the strategy I'm going to show you is a lot more, it's a lot easier to make 100% condition happen, but it's Pokemon, so there's still some RNG. Yeah, let's get right into the footage then. So a big problem we had the first time I did this strategy was that there was some weird switching going on because of putting this first Pokemon here to sleep. This will not be happening now because I'm going to use a more offensive strategy. We're just going to put him to sleep to protect ourselves and then do 2 growths. This Pokemon, you know, when I used Parasect in the first one, I had Leech Seed on it instead of Growth, and I found this to be more usable in all the gyms that I did use Parasect on. And as you're going to see here, you just grow. I just used Growth twice, and I was able to one-shot the Rotom. That's what you're after here. Doesn't really matter how many times you have to use it. It's very difficult for Rotom to kill you. He has this propensity to use Pain Split, even then when both of us are at 100% health. So clearly the AI is not exceptional in this one, as you're going to see here. But we just got to get out of here. Get out of here with the W, you know. So here Weezing is once again in, of course, only to kill himself and take the Electros with him. Electros. I really don't like this Pokemon. I find it very difficult to take out normally, and of course, because it has no weakness, it is going to be very difficult in an intense situation. So we're just going with that matchup there. I like to do that with every gym. Now here, once again, same thing as the last video. I actually crit there, but Earth Power is not affected by the field. It seems like an oversight if you ask me. I think all ground moves are supposed to be affected, but only physical ground moves are. So here's Shedinja coming in against Magneton. This is once again the Pokemon that previously gave me fits, but we're just going to exploit the AI a little bit here. Get the Zapdos to switch into a very bad Screech situation. You don't even need Screech for this, by the way. I explained how I got Screech and the Shedinja in general in the Valerie video, so I'd watch that if you guys haven't. But regardless, I would definitely use Shedinja even if you don't have the right moves, because Magneton cannot even deal damage to it, of course. And it kind of creates this awkward situation where as long as you can survive the damage, the rest of the Pokemon are a complete joke. So as you see, even though he's got a legendary on the team in Zapdos, it is a complete pushover. And then he's just going to switch back into Magneton, and the AI is going to get all jarbled again, going to get all confused. He's going to be like, what do we do? What do we do? And he's going to switch into Electivire in a very bad situation. This time I send out Golem to make sure I can set up the condition here. I don't want to get hit twice before I deal damage on my final Pokemon, which is going to be Gigalith. He has Sturdy, right? So you want to make sure that if he is going to die, he's going to survive it with Sturdy, not get 2 hits in. But he does not even come close to dying, and I'm going to use the Explosion strat that I used on Electivire in the previous version of this strategy. So that's it. It's over. Shedinja cannot lose against Magneton. I think it's physically impossible. I don't think there's any way he could do anything to me. So that's it. Just take him out eventually, however you want to do it. Doesn't really matter. I like Screeching just to make sure. Kind of still got that mentality ingrained in me from when we beat that. What's the name of that Pokemon, man? I can't even remember. But Valerie's a tough Pokemon there. It just kept healing, right? So I've kind of got that indoctrinated into my system. But you don't need to do this. You don't need Screech. If for some reason this gets fixed, like the move mirroring in the party, if this gets switched for some reason, fixed, I guess more realistically, you don't actually need Screech to do any of these strategies. But that's that. So let's take a look at some reasons the strategy can go wrong, and then one more success. Goes a little bit differently than the first one. So here we don't have much going on early, but we do see some. Yeah, there's really only 2 ways you can lose this, honestly, outside of like a crazy crit string or something like that. But The main thing here is, of course, just not being able to kill the Rotom, and the paralysis does not help. It doesn't really do much as long as you can still get the moves off. Like I said, the goal is to just power up until you could one-shot him so he can't heal or switch or anything weird, but as you see there, it does not do me any favors. And then the second situation, things go well with the Rotom, but as you'll see, the Weezing is because when he comes in, he's going to get burned, which doesn't actually hurt you in any way. Like, it does not prevent you from doing what you want to do, but if you die to the burn when Destiny Bond is procced, it does not actually work. So yeah, there you go, die to the burn, Destiny Bond. It's just pretty silly. I guess that kind of disproves the fact that the Destiny Bond strategy is foolproof. And even the explosion strats, they seem a lot weaker in this second playthrough. I don't know if something's changed, but anyway, we're gonna do the same thing here. I've also tried it. You don't even need to put him to sleep. It's just kind of like a luxury. Like I said, I'm just used to playing this way because of how I've used Parasect in the past. You don't really need to put him to sleep. You just then gotta roll the dice and make sure you don't get hit by 3 moves in a row. But regardless, Parasect should finish up around full health, and Weezing's gonna come in. And now, if only Electros wasn't next, then you'd be able to really go hard with Parasect. I think you could have easily swept with Parasect. Just keep the Pokemon asleep and power up fully, and then just, yeah, hit him with 6 Mega Drains. But I don't know if that would have even been enough. Anyway, yeah, Weezing takes him out as to plan there, no big deal. And now here, he's going to Dragon Pulse. So this kind of throws a wrench in the plans here. I'm going to show you why. I guess it doesn't really matter here. But either way, yeah, he's going to heal up mad times now. It'd be so much better if I can just one-shot this thing. If you guys have a Pokemon that could one-shot the Ampharos, I would definitely recommend it. I've also heard people say that the Ampharos is supposed to be Mega. This is not my second time battling this guy, and I don't know why it's still not Mega. But anyway, Nidoking barely survives there, so that's what I was alluding to. If you get hit by 2 damaging attacks, you may die if you use this exact strategy. But yeah, you can just put in another Pokemon to finish him out. It doesn't really matter. This battle is actually... yeah, it's really predictable when you counter the few strategies that are actually flying at you. So yeah, we're just going to do the same thing we did here, man. Zapdos is going to switch in on a really bad matchup coming up with Golem. He can't do anything. He has absolutely no coverage. Like, at least if he had like Energy Ball or something, but I guess, you know, they just want to keep the game pure. I don't know why you'd even put Zapdos on this. He's really, really weak. Like, nobody's ever going to allow him to do a lightning move, right? Like, you're not just going to switch into him with the water type or something like that, so it just seems really weird. But then, yeah, once again, Magneton comes out because that's how the AI loops, but it makes the mistake of doing the exact same thing it just did there. Electivire comes in. And, of course, that is going to be an easy kill target for us, but we'll put in Golem once again. He does actually, like, power up here, so it's kind of silly. Like, he could power up, but I don't know, it's whatever. Just make sure you set up yourself the best condition you can, because Gigalith is obviously, as long as he gets the explosion off, Electivire will die. You could also have just used Earthquake there, even though it's reduced. You know, you could have done something like that. Maybe a different type of Pokemon with a good a good Earth move that is not a physical one. But anyway, that's everything, guys. So if you have any questions, let me know. I really enjoy Shedinja strategies. I love this. I feel like this is like the ultimate way to manipulate it. Unfortunately, the fields have not been to much effect. Ambers is probably the best indication of what the fields are going to look like nowadays. We're not really changing them or manipulating them heavily because the game's just a little bit too difficult now. We have to actually overpower the Pokemon. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions about Erick, let me know.